Welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast, your number one opinion source for all things entertainment. Join host Marco Mazzola as he sounds off on the latest movies, TV, music, gaming, comic books, and more. Now, here's the man of the hour, Marco Mazzola.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast. I am, as always, your host, Marco Mazzola, and we are with our ranters today. Once again, we have Larry.
Hey.
And Mila.
Ayo.
And no Bruno.
No, Bruno.
So sad.
2 weeks in a row. It's the third week.
I know, right?
No,
No, second. Third week, yeah.
Third week, yes.
Damn shame.
Last week was Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah. So, and that finished off our flashback February. So now we're going into March Madness.
Yes.
March will be all about sports-related movies. So we're starting out strong. We're starting out big.
This is a good one.
We're starting out with Happy Gilmore.
And whose pick was this?
This was Mila's pick.
Yeah, that was my pick.
And she had never seen it before.
Not once. I say this a lot off air. I'll say it on air. I am a movie buff who watches all the wrong movies.
You say it on air a lot too.
Yeah. Do I?
Yeah.
That should be, that should be a t-shirt. That should be your tag.
Yeah, we should make a t-shirt.
That should be your slogan.
Yeah.
I'm a movie buff that watches all the wrong movies.
I've watched so many movies, and all of them are not the ones that everyone else has watched.
Nope. So starting out strong with Happy Gilmore, movie from 1996, starring, of course, Adam Sandler. Your titular character, Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
Yeah.
His name is really happy, isn't it?
Yeah.
His name is really happy.
Yeah, it's happy. It's
perfect.
Which is sad. So the movie basically is Happy Gilmore is a wannabe hockey player. Like, he wants to be pro hockey player, but he's got a rage problem like nobody's seen before.
And he doesn't know how to skate.
And he doesn't know how to skate worth a shit. He's great with the stick.
He's good with a slap shot. That's all he's got.
He's got a powerful slap shot.
That's all he's got.
That's all he's got. So he desperately wants to be a hockey player, but he sucks at it. No matter how many times he tries out, it does not happen. He lives with his grandmother, and her house is about to be basically foreclosed on because the grandfather didn't.
No. What happened was
She never paid any of her taxes.
She didn't pay the taxes.
He lives on his own.
Oh, that's right. He lives in the apartment.
He has his own apartment.
His grandmother, who he's super close to,
she
didn't
never
pay
paid her taxes.
Right. The grandfather used to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, since he died, it hasn't been paid.
Yeah.
And they built the grandfather built the fucking
with his
house.
own two hands.
And so the bank was basically going to take, or the government was going to take the house away and then auction it off. So he needs to, Happy, to save his grandmother's house, needs to raise the money.
Yes.
Right.
He can't do it playing hockey.
No.
But he turns to golf. Of all things, because he's got a fucking slap shot from hell, so he can drive the ball almost to the hole every time.
Right. First it starts off with
no game.
Yeah. It starts off with just he's down to driving, like the movers that are moving all the grandmother stuff out.
Yep.
Like they're screwing around with the golf clubs, and he's like, "Listen, I want to watch the hockey game. You guys need to hurry up." And they're like, well, how about this? If you can hit your ball further than mine. He's like, all right, whatever. And he crushes the ball like 400 yards. They says, do it again, does it again, does it 3 times.
Knocks a couple people out.
Knocks the lady out the window, which I thought was hilarious.
That was so good.
Yeah. But that's where he gets the idea that, hey, because they're like, wow, you can probably make money, in those going down the club or whatever. So that's where he gets the idea of, I'll go down the driving range and I'll just
raise some money.
And then that's
basically
where,
he's
a hustler.
He's a hustler.
Right. $50 says I couldn't get it this far.
And
they go,
no way. Cracking out of the place the whole time.
Yep.
And then that's when we see his golf pro tutor, Chubbs.
Played by
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers with the one hand and the wooden hand.
The wooden hand.
He got eaten by an alligator.
Whose fingers keep getting crushed.
Yes. That poor wooden hand goes through so much shit and run over and all.
Why not just get a new hand?
He goes for a handshake and it's
That's all he's got. That's all he's got. He's got the wooden hand.
He's like gluing the fingers back on.
He's an ex-golf pro.
Yep.
Oh my God, that was one of my favorite parts. So now we have a cast of great characters in this movie. Julie Bowen, good look, she plays Virginia. Christopher McDonald plays Shooter McGavin. He's the foil.
Fun fact, he didn't want this role.
Really?
He did not want this role. And they tried
like one of his most famous roles.
Oh, so there's an interview that I was reading up on that, and he goes, you know what? He goes, I didn't want this role. He goes, they tried to get me. He goes, but I wanted to try to get out of the antagonist. He goes, I was tired of playing that. He goes, and I didn't want to be known for that. He goes, one day I was out golfing, And I was thinking about this, and I'm going, shit. This would be actually a really good movie for me. He goes, so when I went there, he goes, and lo and behold, that's the movie that's what I'm known for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he absolutely
saw
loves
him in
it.
that
does he?
the
That's
Netflix
good.
show we watched, The Watcher. He plays
the cop.
He plays the chief of police or whatever.
Yep.
And as soon as I'm like, hey, it's Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McGavin. After this movie, it doesn't matter what you see him in, it's Shooter McGavin.
Shooter.
That's what you know him as.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
at first he did not want this role. He was like, I don't want to be known as, because once you get into those roles, that's all you're cast for.
Yep.
Is just to be
there's
whatever.
some people get typecasted into unfortunate. Things.
That's a really great one. You're gonna be typecast.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. He was just worried, and he goes, I was out golfing, and I read the script again, and he had seen the other movie because this is right after Billy Madison, and he was like, and I thought that was a funny movie, and he goes, I knew that this was going to be a funny movie, he goes, I just didn't want to be the antagonist. He goes, then I just realized. Yeah, fuck it, let's roll with it.
Yeah.
And he goes, and it was like it's like I think he said something like it was like one of the greatest decisions that he ever made.
Yep.
I'm glad because sometimes people are still sour about that.
Yeah.
They're like, man, I hate the
just
fact
own
that
the
I got
role.
famous for this movie.
Like Alec Guinness.
Or like Harrison.
Exactly.
Isn't Harrison Ford like that too?
No, not so much.
Okay, because I heard like things where he's like kind of pissy about being famous for like literally any movie.
He's just kind of grumpy in general.
Okay.
Did you see that when he walked on stage? I think it was like a lifetime achievement for it was George Lucas or Steven Spielberg or one of them. When John Williams was there, they're all like on the panel, and he walks in. The Indiana Jones music plays. He's like, that music follows me everywhere. Every time they're all laughing. Every time I walk on stage, whenever I walk off stage.
It's him.
I was fucking playing when I went for my colonoscopy.
Oh my god,
that was really
That's
good.
pretty funny.
that is really
So Happy
funny.
Gilmore's got a great cast of
Yes.
cameos, including Bob Barker. The fucking fight scene with Bob
Oh my
Barker.
God, that was
hysterical.
fantastic.
Joe
Bitch.
Flaherty. Joe Flaherty's in the movie. Kevin Nealon. It's just a who's who of SCTV guys. And
Yep.
just really funny. Joe Flaherty playing the guy who's constantly chasing after him.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole movie. He's like working
Yeah.
for Shooter.
Yep.
Moving up, Sizzler.
Yeah.
Sizzler.
You want to go to the Red Lobster after this?
Yeah.
You suck, jackass.
Jackass.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are in
So
this,
he
man.
goes into golf.
Yes.
He goes into
Yeah.
starts going to tournaments. Starts doing the tour.
Yep.
And he doesn't really care about winning the tour. He doesn't care about getting the gold jacket, which is really a green jacket, obviously, in the PGA
right.
Tour. But they have to switch it. They make it a gold jacket.
Right.
He doesn't really give a shit about that. He just wants the money. He wants the big checks. Mm-hmm. And that was funny when he didn't win the first one.
He's like, hey, he was like, yeah, you'll
where's
get one
my
delivered.
big check?
He's like, no, I want
where's
a big
my-
one like his.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's got all the big
$500.
ones in his
He's like
clip.
walking away with like a $9,000
Something
one.
like that. It made no sense, but that was hysterical.
He keeps
And
putting him in his car.
But then he starts getting better because Chubbs, basically coaches him to be better at his short game. He's got no short game.
That was just
before
that was literally for the last tournament that he did.
Yeah.
That's when he goes to the miniature golf.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because prior to that, he still couldn't play. Just he was relying basically on his long game, just crushing the ball and
Right to the hole.
getting on the green and won,
Yeah.
and still maybe bogeying. But
then his fight with Bob what was it? Bob
Barker
Barker.
got him
Bob
suspended
Barker
for a
kind of
month.
got him suspended.
They
So
did a
then
celebrity tour.
and they did the Subway ad. I was like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
great.
yeah,
That's great.
that was pre-Jerry. Was that his name, Jerry?
Sure.
Jared.
That's
Oh,
Jared
yeah.
Fogel, yeah.
yeah,
I was reading about him.
the bad guy.
Oh, still in jail, that guy.
Good.
Yeah.
Fucking, he should be in
he's
jail.
right where he belongs.
Right where he fucking
Yowza.
belongs, piece of shit.
Right where he belongs.
So
Anyway.
so
have
again,
times.
another deep dive. I did a deep dive into this movie too because again, there's a lot of people that are in this movie that you find interesting facts about. Bob Barker. What made him do that part was he found out he wins the fight,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, I win the fight. All right, I'll do it."
Yeah, sure.
They
I don't blame him. I'd
wanted.
do the same thing.
Yeah,
I win, fucking I'm in.
they wanted him to do a stunt double to like take the punches, whatever. He's like, nah, hell no, I'm gonna do it myself. So I was like, holy shit. So I think like everything except for
Barker's the shit.
everything
I love
except
Bob
for like them
Barker.
tumbling down because you could kind of see that it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
But everything outside of them rolling down the hill, that was actually like Bob Barker, like throwing like the phantom punch and stuff like that. But he was like, yeah.
out and he like wakes up and like grabs his throat.
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
look of
like eyes open,
like,
throat
wide.
grab.
Yeah, that was awesome.
great.
The price is wrong, bitch. Then he beats his ass. He goes, and that's how you throw a punch, bitch.
Bitch.
I was like, oh,
She's like hearing Bob Barker say language like that.
Exactly.
Oh my God,
When you
that
used
was
to grow up as a
awesome.
kid, he was your compadre whenever you were sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? You were sick, you're home, you watch some cartoons, you watch Price is Right.
You're watching Price is Right.
That's it. That was, oh my God, from 11 to 12.
That was fun.
That was my show. That was
Fantastic.
my fucking show every time. That was awesome. Great. So, all right. So let's go through. Let's go through the movie step by step. We do it. We got some Ben Stiller in there.
Oh yeah, as
So
the
nanny
nanny sweatshop owner.
Yeah,
He's the orderly.
So, he's the orderly. So Bob has to, Happy, has to send his grandmother, who now does not get to live in her house. He has to send her somewhere. So they put her in an old age home.
Yeah.
Right, and it was just the worst orderly on the planet. Played by Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
So all these, old, senior citizens are in there, and you see them like making quilts, and you think they're happy. He's like the sweetest guy talking to Happy. Oh no, your grandmother's great. Well, she's so sweet. We'll put her in.
We'll take care of her. And you're like,
so you won't even have to worry about a thing.
Yeah.
As soon as he turns his back, he's like, all right, this is the way it's gonna fucking be.
Yeah, she's like,
She's like, can I get a glass of warm milk?
I'll give you, how about a
warm glass of shut the hell up? Which I still use that quote to this day.
that's
In fact, I
so
just think I
great.
used it the other day on somebody.
Oh, yeah.
You just said that, like you used that quote the other day. This is a chock full of quotable lines
It
that,
really
that
is.
people use
Oh, my
in like
God.
regular everyday conversation.
I think I just killed the
I just killed her.
He drops the goddamn air conditioner on her
Yeah.
out the window.
Yeah, by far, this got an insane amount of quotable lines.
Oh yeah.
My fingers hurt. Oh, really? Well, now your back is going to hurt because you just put
the landscaping duty. Anybody else's fingers hurt?
I think so. Hey, good news. We've increased arts and crafts time by 4 hours today.
And
he takes a big order for the quilts.
Yeah.
No problem.
And I don't like Ben Stiller. He's another one. He's not on the Will Ferrell line because he's done other movies that I do actually enjoy.
Yeah.
But he's like very close to that. I don't find him funny because it's like he'll tell a joke, and he did this a lot with like the Meet the Fockers. The reason why I liked all of those is because of the other people that were in it.
Yeah.
And when I first saw Meet the Fockers, he told the joke about, well, anything with a nipple you can milk. Funny. Robert De Niro gets in it. It's funny. That joke lasted like 3 minutes. I was like, all right, that joke's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel that that's a big thing that Ben Stiller does.
He beats the horse.
Oh, he beat
all his jokes. At least for me, that's how I feel.
I hear
Everything, his delivery. It's like the first time you hear it, it's like, oh, that's good. But then they just keep going, and I'm like, all right, I'm fucking done. Like you've taken me out of that.
Yeah.
So I feel that's a big thing with Ben Stiller until I saw Night at the Museum. Which that's
that
a good
one
movie.
was killer.
I actually enjoyed that one. So going back to my disdain, I guess, if you will. I'm not a big Ben Stiller fan. When I saw him in this, I was like, all right, he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like just
This was a good.
that was a good spot for him, I think, and for me.
That's awesome. So, what are some of the other favorite parts of this movie? Let's go there.
All right. That Mr. Lady?
Yeah.
I think I just killed her. That's hilarious. When he first gets there and she jumps on his car and he's just dumping the food over the window. He's like, here, take what I got, get off my car.
She just wants to escape.
She's trying to get the hell out of it.
Yeah. Away from Ben Stiller.
Help.
It's a freaking sweatshop he's turned it into.
Yeah.
That's a good part. The Bob Barker fight was hilarious. When he's out in the parking lot, he's trying to convince Chubbs is trying to convince him to go on the pro tour, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm not gonna be a golfer." And he goes to slap shot the can, and he hits his hand across the street, and he's like, "Ooh, sorry about that." He's like, sorry, things made of wood. Things last forever." The truck rolls over his hand, smash, destroys it. The getting chased.
I like when he's talking to Chubbs, and he's just like, I'm not a golfer. I'm a hockey player.
I'm a hockey player.
He's
Yeah.
like, really, what team do you play for? Easy.
Yeah, easy. Again, there were just so many parts of this movie that was like no fat on it.
Yeah,
really,
none whatsoever. To me,
it doesn't need it. It does not need that.
This is the height of the Adam Sandler movies. Like
Yes.
this is if I had to rank them, this will always be at number one.
Yeah,
Adam Sandler.
I liked it better than Billy Madison. Certainly better than what do you call it?
God,
the Daddy movie, and then there's so many.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
It's funny. My first Adam Sandler movie is so unfortunate Now.
Not Little Nicky, was it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
It was
awful.
Jack and Jill.
Ooh,
Right? No,
I still haven't watched that.
I don't think I
There's
saw that.
nothing about that makes you go, ooh, let me go see this movie.
Yeah, no. There's not.
I liked 50 First Dates.
So
I thought it was good. I liked that movie. I
like
enjoyed
50
that
First
movie.
Dates. Click. I had somebody actually comment when I was trying to remember the movie that he was in with the little kids.
Yeah.
It was Bedtime Stories.
Okay.
Somebody that was listening to the
like my second
podcast, Mike, that goes to you, Michael. He actually texted me. He was like, "Hey, the movie you were trying to think of is Bedtime Stories that had Adam Sandler." This. And I had this in mind. This movie, right, was literally like Adam Sandler.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. This movie was it was the height of the Adam Sandler, like this kind of comedy, right?
Yeah.
This is what everybody knew Adam Sandler for.
All of his friends were in every movie he did.
He starts to change, like the 51st Dates, it was still Adam Sandler, but it wasn't this Adam Sandler.
Yeah, it was romantic comedy.
He's starting to grow more as an actor, but still staying on, like, he knows where his bread is buttered.
Yeah.
Right? So you see that, you see Bedtime Stories, you see the movie Click.
What are your thoughts on The Waterboy?
Waterboy's hilarious.
I loved that movie. That was
a great movie.
That was a fantastic
Another
movie.
sports movie.
Oh my God.
So I think that's probably like actually this Billy Madison and I think like Little Nicky came out like right after that. Yeah. But that's the Adam Sandler that came from the SNL.
I like the one where he when he not just come rich. He has like the big house and like
Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds, that's the one. Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
I love Mr. Deeds.
That was a good movie too. So again, like
movie.
that's the good thing I like about Adam Sandler though, is you see all his movies and he keeps all his friends in it, which some people don't like that. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I think it's fun.
It's almost like it's all canon. It's all the Adam Sandler universe, right?
Yeah.
They're all in it. And
John Turturro and Mr. Deeds is so good.
Oh yeah.
John Turturro, first of all, he's an awesome actor. I really like him a lot.
Yep.
But yeah, so you see like the progression of Adam Sandler from these first couple movies with that we see him in. He has his own production company now, Happy Madison, right? And, so you see like when you see his movies, it says Happy Madison. That's him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you see like as the progression of Adam Sandler as the actor, and you see him get into the more serious roles, like Uncut Gems now.
Right. Yeah.
But you see him go on, but this was like the height, I think, of the holy shit. This guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's that college dorm room humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great delivery, very deadpan.
And I'm so okay with that because that's what you're going to watch this for.
Yeah.
You're not watching Happy Gilmore for it to be a serious movie. No, you want that.
That's not why you walk into that movie.
I don't need a message. I don't want to plot. I just want to
go there, watch, laugh, be funny, and leave.
Yeah.
Really good. I like the him and Shooter. They start really going at each other.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I ate bigger piece of shit like you for breakfast.
When he
you piece of shit like you piece of shit for breakfast.
No.
When he breaks the bottle and he's like, oh, like I'm gonna get, and then all of a sudden the woman walks out. He's like, I was just looking for the other half of this bottle. Oh, there's some bits over there, some bits over there.
So I kick your ass. Oh yeah, well let's do it here. He goes, Jesus Christ, man! I meant on the golf course. And one of the other lines.
One of the funniest parts is his rage.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I love.
Rage.
He's like cursing the ball up and down for not making it or something.
Go to your home.
Oh, what are you too good for your home?
He's screaming at the ball. Joe Flaherty's like, "What are you doing?"
But yeah,
the Flaherty's is funny. He's like, "Just let it go home. It's gotta go." No, that wasn't Flaherty.
Yeah, who was that?
That
was the guy.
Oh God, I just had it up. Remember, and then
You got it.
what is happening over there?
I
should have.
We're trying to find a guy.
I did. I moved on to something else. I was looking at.
Oh well, no, you don't get off the
Easy.
Kevin
Nealon. Wow.
Yeah. When another.
He's one of the guys on the golf tours.
Yep.
Just send it home.
Send
he wants to go home. Send the ball
it's like on the
home
carousel.
now.
It goes around and around. And he wants to get to his home. Send it home. It's like that. Just go when you're home.
He misses like a couple like an inch
Go
away.
into your home.
He lies down on the course, screaming
What are you
at
too
it.
good for your home?
You stupid piece of. So it's hilarious. Wait, is that it? Is that when he?
Which one?
No, cause I'm trying to think. There's one part when he's freaking out in the back, and
throwing the club.
And the girl, the woman Virginia, the character, is talking to the PGA.
Oh,
They're watching it on the video.
They're watching and the whole time they're talking, all you hear in the background is beep, 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 you got it, beep, beep, beep. And
you want to beep it.
So funny.
He flings the club.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he grows a massive audience that follows him.
Yeah.
It's like a truck stop.
Nobody's ever seen this before.
Concert.
Not only the fact that he can crush the ball 400 yards, but like his energy, but it's not a normal PGA Tour audience.
Well, no, because now
it's the beer swilling, the beer hat people with the two cans on each side.
And it was that was his caddy.
Yeah,
I love the caddy.
Played by.
What's his name? I was looking at that too.
Is it Zach Galifianakis?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Is it Otto? That's right. Oh, yeah, he's in other movies. That's right.
He's done a lot of other movies.
He plays Otto.
But the best is when they try to
bearded up and everything.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When they would try to talk about...
throws the club and he catches it.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Or like he places the cracker on the ground and then he like picks it up later and eats it.
No, but before that though, when he first gets onto the tour and they're like, yeah, we need your caddy. He's like, oh, I don't, you guys haven't given me one. He's like, oh, on the tour you bring your own caddy. And that's when he goes out to the homeless guy that was washing his windows, brings him on. Yeah. When the guy goes to use the quarter,
the
little kid that looks like Doug.
Right, yeah.
Like extremely
But when he gets the new caddy on tour, the person uses a quarter for their ball marker.
Yeah.
He looks at it and picks up the quarter, puts it in his pocket. Fucking hilarious. Like little things like that were great. Then you see him.
Subtle shit,
he's taking a bath outside the water, you know?
Yep.
But the cracker.
I see it's leaning a little bit to the left. It's like, no, that's because you don't have a left shoe on. And he's like, oh, yeah, that could be it.
But yeah, so when you're talking about, they were like, oh, he brings in a good crowd, right? This is one of the funniest lines. He goes, you know what else draws a crowd? A golfer with with an arm growing out of his ass. That was awesome. But when they're talking about the word that they use are the economically diverse people.
Yes.
You mean that poor people?
Great. Oh my God, I love that line. Yeah. Economically diverse.
Yeah, we watched it. My wife and I would watch it, and I was like, economically diverse. And kind of was like, oh, poor. I was like, I know, right?
Yeah. I loved the way they phrased that.
So again, the quotable lines in this movie were just so fucking endless.
Yeah. Or when he's where he's wearing like his sports jersey, like his Bruins jersey, and it's like, why don't you just dress like that? And he goes like, well, if I saw myself wearing those clothes, I'd have to kick my own ass.
My own ass.
Yeah, I literally said that to Amy the other night. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. We were talking about buying something. Like, if I wore that, I'd have to kick my own ass.
Yeah. And again, like this whole movie from beginning to end, it was slapstick. It was humorous. It was funny. The guy who plays his boss, which was Jaws, and
oh yeah.
The Bond movies.
It was the Bond movie.
Richard Kiel.
Yeah.
He plays Mr. Larson with a nail in his head.
Yeah.
So he hit him with the nail gun. Right, he got a couple of nails in his head. The whole.
You can hardly even notice it.
Yeah, you can't really tell. There's just two nails sticking out of his head.
I'm trying to think. What it wasn't Moonraker.
Then he becomes his friend.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
His shooter steals the jacket. And he's like, "That's Mr. Gilmore's jacket."
That's Mr. Gilmore's jacket.
I love the shirt that he's wearing. Says, "Guns don't kill people. I kill people."
So he's a Bond villain.
Yeah.
And it was one of the Roger Moore ones. And I can't remember which one it was. Anyway.
It was an Octopussy, was it?
No.
I forgot about that movie.
That's the name.
It's the one I never forget.
So interesting thing about him though is if you watch that movie, and I saw this like after I was reading it. If you watch that movie, every time he's standing, he's leaning on something, because when he was younger, he got involved, he got involved in a car accident, and it messed with him neurologically. So he can't. It's like he's like super vertical. He can't just stand still. He has to like lean on something. So every part in this movie, he's leaning on something.
I didn't know that. I figured it was just because of his size. Like he got
into a car accident.
He has that like gigantism. Condition. So he's like, but when you have that, like parts of your body just get really fucked up because of it.
Yeah.
Some shit doesn't grow at the same rate and things like that. So your hips can be off, your knees can be off.
Yeah. Andre the Giant. That happened to Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wrestler. That's why.
Yeah,
but with him it was because he got into a car accident, so it messed with him neurologically. So every time you watch when he's talking to like Shooter McGavin.
No, I just figured by his age.
He's leaning on the gate thing. There's another time he's leaning on somebody.
Wow.
Like legit just leaning on something because they need to keep him upright.
I have no idea.
Can you imagine trying to like brace that guy? Like, dude,
Oh my God.
you're
You're like-
7 feet.
you were standing-
You're
you were
about 275.
holding up the
solid.
world
Oh,
right
gosh.
there.
What do I look like, Atlas?
Yeah.
Get out of here, beat it.
Got to get a decent stance for this one.
All right. What else? I mean, the thing about this movie, it's because it's fast. It's a very fast-paced movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
An hour and
Yep.
36.
Yeah, so it's like it's an hour and 36 minutes, and that's with previews. But it's constant movement from beginning to the end.
There's not, you say, well, there's no really fat on. Like,
Right? There's
Yeah.
none.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
It's as deep as a puddle, I'd say.
yeah, sure. I mean, it's the storyline is what the storyline is.
It does what it needs to do
Yeah,
perfectly.
yeah.
It executes it flawlessly, and I love it.
Is there so?
Stupid fun humor for the next like hour and a half.
Yeah, and it does its job, right? Like,
Yeah, it definitely does the job.
so good about that. The people that came out of that, the girl that plays Virginia, the woman. Did you ever see did you ever watch Modern Family?
A little bit.
She's the mom.
Like if it was on. She's the mom?
That's the mom.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See. I remember actually when I first started watching Modern Family, I was like, "Wait, she looks wicked." I couldn't think of it. I was like, "She looks so familiar." And then I looked it up on IMDb, and I was like, "Oh my God, that was the woman from Happy Gilmore."
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ben's still, oddly enough, uncredited. There's a couple of people.
Really?
Yeah. He's
Uncredited?
Uncredited in this movie. Yes. If you look at him with the normal cast, he's not in it.
Wow, because that's like a decent role he has in it.
He's on there, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of times actually.
Wow.
Because they call back to him. You
Yep.
know, and they
Yeah.
call in.
Yeah, no, he shows up multiple
Yeah.
times.
I wonder if he was just doing it just as like
A friend,
as
like,
a friendly thing, like, "Hey, I'll hook it up,"
Probably.
You know, I just want to.
If he's uncredited, yeah, probably.
But see, it doesn't make sense though, because he's uncredited, but Will Sasso is credited as the moving guy, and you see them for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, you said he might have just done it as a friendly thing.
Yeah.
If he's uncredited, I don't know if he gets any royalties for it and like that.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
He probably
yeah.
got paid to do it per se, but I don't know if you get.
Yeah, but no royalties. Like he's not getting that $1.56 check
Every
because
time
it
the
aired on
movie's played,
TBS
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julie Bowen, she's awesome. She's
She was really good in this too.
She is.
Oh, yeah.
She plays
Oh,
really
yeah.
well.
Oh, and you know who else I really, really like? And I don't know if this is
And
just.
of course, the dream sequences were awesome.
Oh, those
Go
are
to your
awesome.
happy place. Between her and then the little person
The guy on the
comes scutting through, like
unicycle or
hopping
something.
through.
The little person
Dressed up like a cowboy.
dressed like a cowboy, hopping through, and I fucking lost it the first time I
was
watched it, and last time I watched it.
Yep.
It is
Oh
probably
my
one of
God.
the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And we've had this discussion. Just little people.
I
are
was
just
rolling.
funny.
Did you like the happy place or the angry happy place?
Sure,
I loved
there you
both
go.
of them.
sure,
Throws the mugs. Dude.
I like it.
sure.
I like it. Yeah, me too. I'm the same.
I mean, yeah, that whole, even up until the end, like, you know, he wins the gold jacket, and he goes back to his house. Well, they go back to his grandmother's house. He looks up and there's Chubbs. And
Yep.
He's up in the clouds with the alligator.
alligator.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
like-
And
Yep.
Abraham Lincoln,
Abraham
too.
Lincoln out of. I'm like, where and why?
It's like, who are you waving to? It's like,
Yeah, it's just
nobody.
completely random.
Just random. Yeah, I wish that there was things I
Don't
could
be sad
pick
about
on.
me, happy.
Yeah, like.
He's playing the
He's
I got my
like,
hand
I
back.
got my hand back,
Playing
you
the
know,
piano.
and, like,
And then, yeah, he like picks up his hands
Yep.
too.
and it's still playing.
It's still playing. Yeah.
I honestly wish that there was something just to kind of pick on, just so I could have something to pick on.
Yeah,
I know, it's
one of
really-
those
But
like
it's really
perfect
tough.
movies.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, for what it is, it hit.
Right?
Just a
You could
comedy
be
and
like
it's
one
a
of those like
no-brainer.
assholes that goes like, "Oh, there was no real plot," you know.
I mean, there's a plot to it.
but, like, there's a
It's
plot.
simple plot.
Yeah.
It's a very simple, basic plot.
It's like
You know what I mean? It's
the
not
reason
deep,
why,
but
like,
it's a comedy. It's not supposed to be deep.
right,
Right.
yeah. Because I know like there's a bunch of
You just
people out there
go,
that
turn
would
your
do
brain
that.
off, eat some popcorn, and
Yeah.
have some fun.
Especially like when
Laugh
like
your ass off.
like Godzilla like one of those Godzilla movies that came out recently, King of Monsters or something. Yeah. You know, like people were like crapping on it because there's like, oh, there's not enough drama in it, and you go like, what do you mean by that?
Not enough Millie Bobby Brown.
Right? It's like I came in here to see Godzilla fight some monsters, and I couldn't give two shits if someone was like,
smash.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even need any dialogue. I don't even need any context. I'm like, dude, just throw me monsters fighting, and I'm all right.
2 hours, monsters kicking the shit out of each other.
You know, it's like, and it is what it needs to be. You know, like a completely different genre, but like still.
No, I get what you're saying. Just sometimes you just want to go and turn your brain off and not have to think about all the the complexities and
that's
how
it.
it's affecting. I don't care.
Right.
I just want to laugh. Like, and I get it. There are people who just like you don't like Will Ferrell. There are people who don't like Adam Sandler.
Yep.
Who just don't find his humor funny. That's of course humor is subjective.
Right.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
It's depending on the listener. You know what I mean? That's why it's hard to listen to people these days bitching, moan, and complain about comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I found that offensive. That's offensive. That's the worst. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not offensive.
To you.
You found it offensive.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can find it offensive. It wasn't meant to be offensive. It's not inherently offensive.
Right.
You found it offensive. And then 90 other people in the audience didn't. You were the one. So, okay, so you found it. That's great. It's a feeling. But stop making your feeling more important than everybody else's.
So go find someone you find funny. Watch them.
Go watch them.
Your feeling is not more important.
Like don't go to someone's comedy that you don't find funny. That's it.
What I really appreciate about this movie is there's so many small hits. No joke lasts too long. No scene lasts too long.
Yeah, nothing overstays its welcome. Absolutely, 100%.
So it's like,
and with comedy, it's very easy to do that. It's so easy because I've seen that. That's why for a long time I was against watching comedy movies because I just had bad luck with it. You know, I would just watch comedy movie after comedy movie. I'm like, these aren't. They're like too drawn out. Ones,
clearly.
You know, obviously.
we already established that she watches all the wrong movies.
Exactly. Yes, but like. This one, exactly what you're saying, Larry. It was, like as you said, hit after hit. It was perfect.
Yeah, not that. I mean, from the beginning, right? We get the idea that he has anger issues. We know that right from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
we see that in the but. Like actually, he's describing. He goes, see that little kid. He just took my cake and at his birthday party, he goes, chases him down, starts hitting him over the head, and then right after that, he goes, yeah, but I was over that real quick, and see, I gave him a piece of cake. So you see that, like he's already set up that he has this anger issue, but he's quick with it, right? Like he gets over it real fast. When his girlfriend walks out on him, he's yelling. He's yelling at her through the intercom. He's like, yeah, well, you can leave. No, baby, I'm sorry. I'm totally upset. She's like, no,
I like
Happy,
your finger paintings.
Fuck you, I don't need you.
Yeah, fuck you, I don't need you.
I'm just kidding, baby. Come on, baby.
He's caressing the thing on the wall.
Oh, baby, he's love.
Then he starts
singing. And then the
singing.
Asian lady comes up with the bags.
I wanna rub you up over again. And then she comes up. The morning after.
She comes up with the bags.
So she comes up with the bags, and you're like, oh my God, that's hilarious. So that's where it ends. You think the next day the phone rings, he picks it, he's like, all right, I'll be right there. He leaves, and she comes up, she has his Hawker jersey. So what, you don't want no breakfast? Oh
my God. I was actually watching, as I'm watching, I'm like, God, I hope she comes out of the kitchen or something or wakes up next to him.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Right, and then the fact that she did, I was like, oh my God, they did it.
Right.
But again.
Oh my God.
That was it.
But that was it.
And that was it. She doesn't come back.
Right.
That's it.
They don't even talk about it.
Right.
And that was cool. Like everything that they hit on, like the little jokes like that, they left it where it was. It was done.
They let it be perfect. Perfect timing.
The breaking of the bottle. Oh, like they didn't bring that joke back.
Yeah.
No
overused jokes.
Longer.
Yeah.
Right. It didn't keep going on. She had to keep telling him to put it down.
And no.
Like, oh yeah, here you go. I found it.
Right.
It's done. They move on.
And no like motif jokes. Like they keep bringing it back.
Right.
You know.
And
if they do, it's literally the part of it. Like him getting pissed off at everything.
So that's
part of it.
Like Joe Flaherty's character keeps reoccurring at different
events.
He
came back twice.
Yeah.
It was the first initial time where he kind of loses his shit. And then finally he was like, all right, fine, I'm going to have to do it again. He was like, hey, what's going on, Shorty? You want to go to Sizzler tonight?
Yeah.
Like, that's when you see it again. But again, even that, It was just him in the car, drives, tries to run him over. Jackass.
It slams into the tower.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And that was it, right?
He slams into the tower, which knocks the tower down.
And he didn't keep doing the same thing he did before.
Nope.
Right.
That would kind of, I was like, I hope they don't do that because that would get annoying a little bit, but they didn't. They just were like, all right, hit him with your car. Yeah.
Hit him with,
all right, works.
And at one point he gets him, right? He hits him
with the car. And that was good too because then
it hurts his arms. We can't hit the long ball.
Right.
Anymore.
So when they're walking up,
game.
they're walking up.
Yeah.
And then that's when Shooter was like, "Oh, so you really are human? Or you're not? You really are just a mere man or something like that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, this is good. Now we're gonna see he's really gonna have to try to beat him
golf,
now."
Yeah.
Right. Using his hockey stick.
Well, that was the end.
Golf club.
When the car hits the tower. And gets in Happy's way. They're like,
the miniature golf.
Oh yeah.
No. At the end of the actual tournament.
That's the miniature golf.
It calls back. Yeah.
But the funny part was when he has to bounce it off and do the whole miniature golf thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we could just we'll set it up again tomorrow. And she was like, no. I had to shoot off Frankenstein's fat fucking foot.
Yeah. Right.
Okay? You gotta play where it lays.
Play where it lies. Right. No.
I had to shoot off Frankenstein's fat foot.
No. And he was like, no, I can do this. And and again, when he was looking around, that's when you go, oh, this is miniature golf.
Yeah.
That was a nice little callback. So
that was a cool callback.
He did things like that for this. And while they're doing it, you see everybody's eyes watching it.
Yeah, up, down, side.
Watching the ball go. That was funny.
Yeah.
When they first get to the tournament too, and Shooter's, and he drives the ball, they drive the ball, whatever, and then all of a sudden Happy gets in there and he putts it and he looks, he goes, oh, somebody
learned to putt or something like that.
Shit, I wish I wrote this down. It was like somebody learned how to do the short game or something like that, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. So you have that anticipation that it's going to be a good match. Yeah. It's not going to be just, I
like the fact that they lean into it and they give Happy a putter that's shaped like a hockey stick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was so
fun. We're gonna use the whole time. Is using this fucking hockey stick,
and that was for the short ones.
Yeah,
he would use the hockey.
That was a short game
stick.
But who gives it to him?
Chubbs
does, yeah.
And then what does Happy do?
He gives him the alligator head in a
he's
box, freaks him out, and
he goes
backs
right
out
the fucking window.
The fact that he
Lee Trevino's down there just shake his head like, I think you killed him.
The fact that he died immediately.
Was hilarious. If nobody knows who Lee Trevino is, he's a real golfer, professional golfer. He was awesome. Yep. He's really, really good. And so having him in this part,
on par with a Jack Nicklaus, right? He
was up there with those guys. Yeah. And obviously because he was of Hispanic descent, that was a big thing. That was part of it, right? But watching him, he's just looking at Happy and he's just shaking his head every single time.
Shocked looking I can't believe you just killed him.
So good.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
It is really just one thing after another. But when he's at the miniature golf and he can't get up to the fucking clown's mouth and he takes the club and whacks the fucking nose right off. Huh? You're not laughing now, clown, huh? I hate that fucking clown.
It's you know what too, and what's really good about this is there's bits and pieces. If you've ever listened to his stand-up or his tapes, stuff like that, you see bits and pieces of Adam Sandler, the quote-unquote character.
Yeah.
You see that character come through this movie.
Which they do a lot. There's a lot of that kind of thing that happens when you have a stand-up comedian. That I was literally just watching Everybody Loves Raymond. So, he's same thing. It is based off of his comedy. The show was always based off of his comedy because he does a lot of that family comedy.
Yeah.
Talking about his face. So they literally do this. It was literally the same skit I remember him talking about on stage. They just acted it out on the show. Mm-hmm. It was the same exact thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was when they're in bed and she hears a noise and she's like, go check it out. He's like, why do I have to be the noise checker outer? It's a spider killer and the noise checker outer. She's like, really? If I go down there and get the shit kicked out of me, how's it gonna look? Your wife got killed? You take the noise? And she's like, go. If it's nothing, bring me back a yogurt. Like, you know what? Either way, bring me back a yogurt.
Either way, bring back a yogurt, yeah.
If it's an intruder or not, bring me back a yogurt.
She wants the yogurt and you have to go down and get it.
Yeah, that's right. You have to go down and check out the noise that happened. It could be an intruder.
But get some yogurt.
Get me a yogurt either way. and he does it on stage, and he did it. So it is the same thing. They do that. They bring their comedy into movies or TV, and I love that. I absolutely love that.
And that's what I felt about this whole movie. I mean, it's a fast-moving movie.
They never did a second one, which I'm really happy.
I love when they don't do a second one.
They never did a Happy Gilmore 2. They really talked about it a lot, and I hope they never do.
Please.
Especially, I love this movie. I love the movie in itself. It's just a one-off, one capsule of a movie, and I don't want to see a second one.
Exactly.
Because, I loved Anchorman, and I did not like Anchorman 2. To me, it was like they went back to the well.
Too many people decide they should do a second movie, and I'm like, no.
I heard that's like
it was funny.
A popular thing.
It was funny, but it was not as funny as the first one.
That's what I heard.
That first one was fresh and
because you just want.
I know it's Will Ferrell, so you're not going to watch it, but the second one was not as good. It wasn't horrible, but it was definitely not as good. It was a lot. It was longer to get through. It wasn't as funny. There was longer parts. It's like or they're kind of recalling back to the first one and using the same joke
because that's all you can do, especially with
Well, you want to hit that magic again. Like it rarely works. Like I think like Ace Ventura, the second one, worked for me, even though it was like it's
Ace. Yeah, we've had this
talked
discussion
about that. They all right, turn it up 100%. We got 20% Ace in this movie.
100%.
Jack that shit up to 100%.
This whole movie is going to be all Ace Ventura.
Credits to credits. It was just him doing his Ace shtick.
God.
Talking through his butt and doing
but even those, like some of those jokes in that movie, like, were a little long in the tooth. Like the, even though they were funny, like the rhino, what was it? Yeah, the rhino when he was coming out of the rhino's ass.
That took a while.
It was hilarious, but that was, I feel like that was a scene that could have got cut down.
These rhinos.
The Monopoly guy.
Yes.
That was funny, but I feel like that was a little bit
the dancing around, using him as a shawl thing.
Using that shawl, using him as a shawl, and do not pass go. Do not collect $100. The Chicago, when he was in the village. There was, again, a lot of those jokes were good.
Yeah.
But I feel that they were a little long. Where in this one, they're
definitely
fast,
quick and tight.
Fast.
Yeah.
It comes at you quick and
It is. It's like if you blink, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, the pacing of it was good.
Yeah.
I really, really like the pacing of this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Terry O'Reilly is his favorite player, which I thought. So he's the Bruins player, number 24, I believe. His dad got retired. And that's another thing too is I love how Adam Sandler, he purposefully does everything New England based.
Yes, he's from New Hampshire.
Does he?
Oh yeah,
he's from New Hampshire.
So
okay.
If you watch Adam Sandler movies,
oh yeah, he was also wearing a Bruins
jersey the whole time.
It's funny that just felt so natural.
O'Reilly was a Bruins player. That was his favorite player.
Right.
He moved to Waterbury, Connecticut. Every movie that he's done, it's always like watch like the T-shirts or the hats that he's wearing. It's always New England based, whether it's Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, Mass. It's
I did not know that.
Yeah, so like I said, he's from New Hampshire, so.
But he wasn't born there. I think he was born in New York.
Born
in Brooklyn.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think they moved or something like that.
Raised in New Hampshire.
I think so.
He's
pretty sure.
For some length of time.
Raised in the New England area.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool how right from the beginning of the movie you get that out of him and his what I was saying before, but I got sidetracked by myself. The old people that he uses, so the lady that played his grandmother.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
She looks familiar.
I think she's been in a bunch of stuff. I think she was in other Adam Sandler movies as well. But he uses her. The lady that he uses for his grandmother in Wedding Singer, yeah.
Yeah, not his grandmother, but the lady he coaches.
Oh, that's right. She
meatballs.
Paying him in meatballs.
Well, it's good meatballs. She has two hands. Like, another put him in. She puts him in his hands.
Right.
Sauce dripping out of his hand. She's like, and she wants to watch him eat it. So she starts eating it.
Like an apple. Have you not seen Wedding Singer?
No.
Oh my God.
I'll write it down.
That's another one that he does with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
He's done. He did that. He did 50 First Dates. Is that it? He's done with her?
I think so.
I feel like that they've done another one.
They may have. I have to check it out.
Again, there you see the progression of Adam Sandler and his comedy and his movies is because we first start seeing him off the heels of SNL. So he's got the Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Little Nicky, Waterboy. Mm-hmm. It's that kind of funny haha that you see in it. Then he starts progressing with 50 First Dates. He does a wedding because the Wedding Singer he wasn't into like the it was comedy, but it was again another rom-com that he does, you know, with Drew Barrymore, and then even with some of the later ones, the movies. What was it? The movie that he did with Jennifer Aniston, where he's a cop, and damn it, they're actually doing a part 2 to that.
Are they?
Yeah.
Let me look up his filmography.
I think now it's like
just go with it.
Yeah, I think the next one they're doing on a train.
Murder mystery.
Yeah. So you see the progression of Adam Sandler as just as a comedic actor, and like he knows what he needs to do, and he knows where to hit it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would. This movie in particular was probably the. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in. Even though Waterboy was really good.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Waterboy was really, really funny. Damn it.
I'd put like both of those up top.
Yeah.
They can both be first.
He was in. No. He also did Click, which was a little different.
Yep.
And then he did Pixels.
That's right, the Pixels movie. That's right.
It didn't get great reviews. I love that movie. I watched it.
That was good.
I've only ever watched
it wasn't like highly regarded, but like
it was always just on, but I never actually watched it.
It's
like I'd be walking past and it's on,
like
and I go,
video games, like you see a lot of stuff.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's got Kevin James in it. It's got
that's one of his boys.
Josh Gad in it.
Yep.
And it's got what's his name? From Game of Thrones. Right.
You got it.
Don Amici.
Got Don Amici.
Don Amici. Oh my God, it's gonna kill me now.
I know. Whoever's listening to this is going, how do you not know what it is?
They're freaking out right now.
Freaking out.
They're standing up.
You got it.
Dirk.
No, Kevin Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Oh, Peter Dinklage. Oh,
there we go.
Yeah.
Woo. He's in it, yeah. I like that movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I just find that movie great. This was fun. It's just again another one. It's like the plot's not too heavy. It's just, you know, they. Have you ever seen that? You haven't seen Pixels, have you?
Pixels. I think I've seen like bits of it. No.
So they're like old video gamers from the 80s, and then like, they play the tournament, but then they send up
like
into
most
space.
Of it, I think.
Like, you know. It's like basically almost like a time capsule that they send up, and this alien race, which is basically built on light, finds the video game stuff and thinks it's an act of war, like it's a challenge of war. So they send them like, you know, Centipede and all these things that are like, it's all very aggressive. So they come down to take over our planet to challenge the human race to video game wars based on, and they're all their species is based on light. So they have to come down and they recreate the video games in real time action out like it's just like Centipede. So they have to fight this alien race with like light guns and shit like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they have like, you know, they have like a video game. They have like 3 chances to win. You know, you have to win like 3. You have 3 lives essentially. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
Oh. So the only way to beat this alien race is they find out like there's these guys that they're like the best.
They were the best.
They were the best, like
Adam Sandler and those guys.
Video gamers, and they were like, the only way that can beat them is having these guys because they know how to.
And Adam Sandler and like Peter Dinklage were the top 2. Like they were the top rivals. And Peter Dinklage cheated to win originally.
Got you.
He had the Donkey Kong code. It was like etched into his glasses. Or these like, you know, big, you know, the big aviator type glasses.
Right.
So what it was, inside the glasses, it had the pattern that Donkey Kong went, and that's how he knew how to get away from him.
Yeah. So then they literally had to play Pac-Man out in the streets of like New York.
That was a cool scene.
That was awesome. So they are the ghosts. They have literally this giant Pac-Man going through the city, just destroying everything. And so they're in like little Mini Coopers, colored like the ghosts, and they have to like hit him when he you know when you can hit Pac-Man, they can hit Pac-Man.
Right.
But then Pac-Man can grab a pellet and hit the ghost.
And then
yeah, it's really fucking cool. And they get like they get the guy who's like
who created
Pac-Man. It wasn't that guy though. Like the actor that they used was not him, but the real guy was in there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
Cool.
He did a part, but it wasn't the guy who actually.
It wasn't the guy. Okay.
Right.
Real guy, and then the Pac-Man eats his hand. Because he's just like, no, he's my son. He's good. You don't have to do this. And he puts his hand out to like pet him. And he goes, shove. He's like, kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. And he runs.
There it is right there.
It's really good. Yeah, but there's a scene when they're showing the Pac-Man stuff with the scientist or whatever, and the actual guy who created Pac-Man's in there.
Oh, that's actually really so cool.
I like when they do that. I think he was like the guy who was like explaining something or whatever during one part of it. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So if you haven't watched Pixels yet, watch Pixels. I think it's funny.
It's going on the list.
Josh Gad is. He's Josh Gad. Like he plays their one of their like he was like the conspiracy theorist nut that they had, and so like, it's really weird. Like you
gotta have a conspiracy theory nut.
Adam Sandler becomes like a Geek Squad like guy. Like he's going around. But Kevin James, he becomes the president of the United States.
I think I saw
really
that bit.
Funny.
Yeah.
Josh Gad's the conspiracy theory guy. He lives with his grandmother. He's screaming at her from the basement. Do you remember that part where she's just like yelling at him? Like,
I'm sorry. I'm actually just looking at the cast of this movie. Like, it blows my mind. It shouldn't, but the amount of people that Adam Sandler keeps in his movies, like throughout all of it's always the same people.
His stable, if you will.
His wife is like, after he got married, she's in all his movies. Yeah. But it's never like the part that you think. It's like, I think she was a waitress in the mystery, the one that he does with Jennifer Aniston. They like at a restaurant or whatever, and like the waitress that comes over is his wife, like in real life. He gives her like all these like small like little parts. It's not even like, so I like that because he's not like, hey, I'm gonna put everybody on and I'm gonna put everybody as this mainstay. Right. It's like, no, they're just like little side characters. His kids are in all his movies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so his kids are in his movies, his wife's in his movies. And so like I'm looking at the people.
He just keeps the squad in his movies.
Yeah, he just does it. It's awesome. I love that he does that.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
Josh.
What other? Well, you've seen The Waterboy. What other movies of his have you seen?
Jack and Jill.
No.
Have you seen 50 First Dates?
No. That's why I put it on the list.
Have you seen any of the?
I saw Bedtime Stories.
Bedtime Stories is good. I like that.
That was.
Why did we use that as a reference? I forgot. Were you talking about Labyrinth?
Oh, that was far. That was a long time ago.
I know. That was a couple weeks ago.
I still remember what I did yesterday. It's been so.
What are we doing?
Oh,
today?
Michael brought him up.
Well, yeah. Well, Michael's the one who.
That's the only reason we
me.
brought that up.
No, but we had brought up.
Oh, you were talking about you back then when you were having that conversation.
Yeah, you weren't here.
Yeah, you were talking about something else, somebody. Oh, okay. Then I have no idea.
No, I can remember.
We got there.
But we got there. So. Just the Adam Sandler again. This movie was just. This is awesome.
It is awesome from beginning to end.
It really is. Right?
It really is fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a fun romp movie. At the end when he crushes it against, he does the bouncing off of everything to win. You're like, okay, it's pretty cool. He goes back with grandma. They got the house back.
It's a happy ending. I mean, the music is like the happy.
Now he's dating Virginia. Yeah. That's cool.
Oh,
he's got that was another auto. He's with them.
That was another thing too. Like the when he asked her for, he's like, hey, if you're not doing anything, let's grab some dinner. She's like, oh, I've made it a point to not date golfers. He goes, oh, good, because I'm not a golfer. I'm a hockey player.
Yeah.
So they end up going on the date, and he's like, "All right, well, how about this? Well, if you get the puck in, you've got to give me a kiss. If you miss, you got to give me a kiss. You have to pretend that you like it. Yeah. Like that was funny. And she gets in, and he goes, "Wow, talk about a plan absolutely backfiring on you." She gives him a kiss anyway.
"Oh, I didn't see it go in," and you go, "Oh."
Yeah. What was really funny? A good sign of a funny movie is. You're laughing at a part in the movie that hasn't even happened yet. It's about to happen. Yeah. It's like, when they're talking in the parking lot, right before he goes to hit his hand out, like I knew it was happening, I'm already laughing. Yeah. I watched this with the wife, and she's dying. I'm going, the part, and I know what she's laughing at, because whatever part's coming up, I go, right. The part's not coming up for like another 3 minutes, and you're already laughing at it. She goes, yeah, because I know it's gonna, I know what's coming. You know that the moment that Chubbs hands him the new improved putter, oh shit, this is when he takes the backflip out the window because of the head. So started laughing at it. Like these parts are gonna come. Right. They still hold true. They're still funny. And
congratulations, you killed a golf legend.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Screw you, I'm playing for Chubbs. When they're right at the beginning too, when
when he's sitting there talking like the other golfers, right? Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore comes over. He's like, "Oh, what's up with this gold jacket?" You know, he's like, "Oh, you know, one of the tournament champions got these," and blah blah. And he looks over and he goes, "Well, where's yours?" I was like, "Oh shit, that's a great dig."
Yeah.
There's one part in that. There's one thing about that part that I didn't understand why. Those guys are talking. Happy Gilmore goes to talk to him, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, when they're talking, like if you look, everybody in the whole place is like staring at them while they talk. I never understood why.
I bet it's because he's
having
Happy
a regular
Gilmore.
Yeah, but they're having just a regular conversation.
Yeah, it could be just like, what the hell's going to happen? This lunatic's coming in, this, you know what I mean, this black sheep, if you will.
Yeah.
He's about to go against all these, you know, talking to all these guys with the gold jackets.
And he's wearing like, you know.
He's wearing a hockey
jersey.
Yeah.
They go like, what's up with this guy?
Definitely from the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah. I mean, that was like the only part that I was like, huh? Why? But I mean, it didn't, like it wasn't.
Like, mind your P's and Q's, pal.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? You got these people talking. Yeah, I'm good.
So would you say you recommend this movie?
I would absolutely recommend this movie, man.
All right.
I would.
How many putters would you give it?
This is where I get thrown off.
I was about to say, it's really hard to rate these types of movies because I'm like, am I going to pop that at the top or like save some room for something better? You know?
I put thought into this. It's a great Southern comedy that we see through and through, right? This is Sandler being Sandler.
Yeah.
Every good thing that we've said about it and every good thing that I feel about it, for me, it's just a 3.5.
I was actually, I'm going to vote at the same thing.
I'm gonna get
I'm like,
really
3.5 putters, 3.5 golf balls.
Wow. There's just movies that just top it, you know.
Yeah.
But for what it is,
absolutely.
See, I'm of this sort of like, okay, it's a comedy, so I'm rating it against other comedies.
Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's a 5. It's a 5. It hits all the marks. It is funny from beginning to end.
Yep.
It still holds up today. So, like, you know what I mean? There's some comedies that you look at and you're like, I don't know if they could pull that shit off today. Or some of the dialogue doesn't play today. Do you know what I mean? Like, it might be a couple of things like with the little guy running through, you know, the little person running through on like a fucking, you know, but it's a dream thing. So they're kind of making fun there.
Yeah.
But other than that, there isn't a lot of any of that kind of like, that would be racist today. Or that would be not woke today. Or that would be, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, it doesn't really hit that. It just kind of like, you could still make this movie today. Might be a couple of minor tweaks, but nothing too much. There's nothing really that bad that they were like, that would get canceled today. So it still plays. And that's what I like. It's got longevity in this movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sensitive to that kind of stuff. Like, even though I'll say whatever the fuck I want to say, but like when I watch the movie, like, that doesn't work. I also say to my wife all the time, that doesn't play now. You know what I mean? You can't get away with it because I'll watch like Frasier or things like that, or Friends or things like that. Like, there's a lot of shit they say on that show that's like, they make fun of, homosexuals and things like that. Like, that would not play today. And which is weird because 2 of the cast members on Frasier were. 3 of them, actually. 3 of them were. I'm like, or are. It's like, okay, that doesn't really play today. But, you know what I mean? This movie just doesn't feel like that.
Okay. So with that being said.
But it doesn't mean it can't be other 5s.
Right.
It definitely can be other 5s.
Mm-hmm. Caddyshack.
Yeah, so Caddyshack I've seen it a couple of times. It's been a while since I've seen it. I'd have to watch it again if we were going to do it for the pod to go over all the nuances, right? It's been so long. Happy Gilmore, I've seen far more times than Caddyshack, so I can remember every scene from it and quote the entire movie. Caddyshack I can't. I can quote some of it, but not all of it. You know what I mean? And I'd have to watch it again to see if it still plays today. My gut would say no.
Probably not.
When it's back in those days and you're thinking about like a Rodney Dangerfield and those guys, they weren't really woke and sensitive to that kind of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of these guys were involved in like, the Rat Pack era, and they would be on the Dean Martin roast and things like that, which those would not go over like that today. You know what I mean?
Don Rickles would not be a comedian today.
No.
And he was probably one of the worst ones.
He was almost the worst one, but he leaned into it.
Yeah, hard. I mean, we actually see his comedy
because like
we actually see his kind of comedy we see his kind of comedy in Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
With that being said, right? It's and I understand that. I don't look at certain movies like that in today's eyes because you can't. You when you're watching a movie that was done in the 70s, a movie that was done in the 80s, a movie that was done in the 90s, this is this is my
slice of the time.
You have to watch it for what the timing of it was.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Can you do that movie today?
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
But, and here's a big but, is you have to look at it and go, it's a lot of comedians say this. It's our jokes taken out of context.
Yeah.
Okay? These movies, you can't watch them with today's eyes. Go, I can't believe he said that. It was 1985. What don't you understand about that? I'm not saying it was right, and I'm not saying, oh, that's fine. But I'm watching it going, that was the framework. That is a framework that they lived in. So you have to watch that. So that being said,
my problem is like the rewatchability of this movie,
and that's okay.
The
rewatchability, you could pull this.
You couldn't put like a Caddyshack back out in the theaters and like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our age, people our age and older would love it, but our younger people would not. I mean, they'd cancel that movie real fucking fast.
So wait a minute,
a movie like that. You know what I mean?
So because that was done right prior. Big Trouble in China definitely canceled. This has very much Trading Places. Caddyshack and Trading Places is kind of done that same kind of ask, right? Yep. So that there's a lot of things. I mean, again, I think that was Caddyshack was an older movie, but that's how I look at Caddyshack. That's what I compare this movie to, right? Yeah. And that's why, for me, Caddyshack was much, much better. The jokes were great. They were hilarious. There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek. And again, you got to look at the time frame and the framework of when that movie was put out. Yep. And that's what I'm judging it on.
Yeah.
That movie, for me, I put that in front of Happy Gilmore. It's still a golf movie. Mm-hmm. It's still a golf comedy. But where you are, I can see where you like the rewatchability. You can release this tomorrow and it's still fine. But and I don't think you have to change anything.
I think like Happy Gilmore for me is ahead of a Caddyshack only because not just the rewatchability today, but when Happy Gilmore came out, I was older. I was old enough to appreciate and understand the jokes and understand. Whereas Caddyshack was out before my time of like watching movies and understanding what they were talking about. So some of the references don't play for me, things like that. Like, okay, I don't really quite, I get it. Because I'm a stupid person, but it's not my wheelhouse. Happy Gilmore was my wheelhouse.
Right.
And that movie was, meant for us. It was meant for me. It was, like I was their target audience. We were the target audience. You know what I mean? At that time, Caddyshack was not. So it is funny. It's hysterical, but I appreciate Happy Gilmore more. It just speaks to me more than a Caddyshack does. Basically because of how old I was when it came out.
So I just happened to look at the IMDb, looked up Caddyshack, and so that's 7.2. And where the hell did I?
And when was Caddyshack made? What year?
1980.
1980. Okay,
so Caddyshack got a 7.2 stars on IMDb. Happy Gilmore got a 7.0. So it's like depending. It's literally they're right there. So I think a big part, like you just said, it depends on when you watch it. Your vulnerability to the jokes, everything. What did you understand? What didn't you understand? Yep. Caddyshack comes out in 1980, very National Lampoon Vacation, that kind of early stuff, right?
Yeah.
We're young. We're like, I don't get half those jokes.
Yeah.
I got to watch that again when I'm like 15, where I get a lot more. Even 20, I can get those jokes now. Right. So
Happy Gilmore came out what year? I forget. I know I said it. Was it 94 or 96?
96.
96.
Yeah, out of high school.
I graduated in 94, so you know what I mean? So I was
we're out of,
when it came out, you know what I mean?
We're out of high school, we're getting all these jokes. This is right now wheelhouse as far as that kind of humor. So I know it seems like I am absolutely not shitting on your 5.
No, I know.
By any means.
Yeah. I said it's not,
wrong, but
it's the only 5 or the best 5.
It's a wrong 5,
but if it's a right 5 because I said it. So
my 3.5 was better.
We just have different standards for different things.
Yeah, yours are wrong, mine's are better.
Standards and my right standards. I understand.
Exactly.
Okay.
Listen, everybody's got opinions. Yours
my right ones.
Let me rewind this and see what it says at the beginning of the episode.
I'm your host with nobody else. No. Eat a bag.
Eat a microphone with dicks, and that's fine.
Microphone shaped like.
There it is.
Yo.
All right. Anything else you want to add to the Happy Gilmore discussion?
No, I mean,
good movie.
Honestly,
hilarious.
I say 3.5, but it's probably like right in between. Like, if I was to give it like a Mila stand, it's like a 3.8, 3.9. It's a strong one, man. It's a strong one. I like it. Again, with rewatchability. There's no fat on it. I'm not cutting anything out. I'm not replacing anybody.
I'm still laughing at the jokes I laughed at in 1996.
Still laughing at the jokes. Put that shit on the big screen. Put that shit on the screen. I'll watch it tomorrow
Flawless
again.
movie.
No problem, man. I'm at a 4.
Oh, it's up.
Moved up to a 4.
See, if I talk just a little half hour longer this episode, I get him up to a 5.
No, 5's tough, man. I hold on.
Yeah,
I reserve those.
No, not a 5.
I reserve those. There are a few 5s out there.
Yeah, I'm very picky with what I choose for 5.
In an Adam Sandler world, like this is his
even
5.
4, I'm like, I can get wiggly with it.
5. He's got a lot of great movies.
Ooh, that's another one. Like in the Adam Sandler world?
In his catalog, to me, this is his 5.
Yeah, if this
He's got
was
a lot of great movies,
purely that,
which I just don't.
Yeah, if it was purely Adam Sandler, I would probably put this at as a 5. Purely Adam Sandler.
Give me another one. What would you consider a 5 in the
I know. Like I'm trying to think. Like
Waterboy is either 4.5 to 5 too.
Waterboy for me is a 3.5.
So Waterboy is
I'd put
different.
it at 4.5, I think.
See, but Waterboy is different though because Waterboy is a character, right? It's not. I mean, obviously everything's a character, right? But it's like Waterboy is Adam Sandler leaning into one of his characters that he's done 1,000 times.
Like Little Nicky.
Right, exactly. Little Nicky's that same way. It's Adam Sandler kind of leaning into a particular character, right?
Character he made up.
Right. So where
Happy Gilmore is basically Adam Sandler.
It's basically him, right?
Happy Gilmore is Adam Sandler.
Yeah, like
maybe a bigger rage issue, but yeah, pretty much it's just him.
Shit.
I'd say 4.5, I think, or 4. 4.5.
Because I like the grown-ups. But are those 5?
Yeah,
those aren't 5s.
Again,
this might be a 5 in the Adam Sandler world.
Yeah, to me, this is the peak.
Yeah.
I mean,
it doesn't mean he hasn't had great movies or like they all went to shit after that. No, absolutely not. But
that's a 5. You just got it to.
Yeah, but that's just
you talked for only 5 more minutes and it turned into.
Yeah, but that's within the Adam Sandler world.
Got him there, and that's it, everybody. All right, thank you for listening. Before Larry talks anymore,
but that's
go out there and just keep ranting, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Bye.